I'm here to talk to you about a game that came out nearly 10 years ago, but I finished it recently, and as a citizen of an actual country, have concerns about some of the people in the game and the way they're represented in terms of culture and language. Warning, this is woke adjacent, I suppose. Try not to get your tits in a twist. So, the game I finished is, if you can probably notice from what's in the background, is Far Cry 3. Probably the most significant game in the series because, well, um, yeah, it sold extremely well and kind of created the blueprint from which the series has followed every 2 years roughly since the release of Far Cry 3. In it, a really milquetoast American white man goes on a warrior's journey or hero's journey through a set of Pacific islands, a Pacific archipelago, and in it he is accomplished and supported by a tribe of people called the Rakyat. Now, the Rakyat sport facial tattoos, and they also have regional accents, and they also speak a number of different languages. And throughout the very enjoyable, I must state, very enjoyable journey of Far Cry 3's gameplay, it's a really great open world action game with plenty to do, great progression systems, and excellent mechanics, and a really fun stealth action dynamic. But throughout the journey through this game, I couldn't help notice just how really ugly it is a representation of a wide group of differing cultures. Principal among these cultures is that of the Maori. Now, I come from New Zealand, and the Maori are a collection of tribes who are the native peoples of New Zealand, or as they call it, Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud. Maori are distinctive mainly because of one, the particular type of facial tattoo that many of the Rakyat warriors sport, otherwise known in New Zealand as a moko, which are, in their culture, a charter of their family history and legacy. But in this game, they are simply dressing for the deeds of warrior like behavior that the player engages in, so it's a ledger of all the badass shit you do, which is fitting for a video game, but really ugly in a real life context. The other thing that gives away the fact that the Rakyat are at least partly Maori is that they speak Te Reo Maori, the language of the Maori people. Store and shop owners will say kite pai or ka kite,
Ka kite.
or kia ora,
Kia ora.
the formal greeting of hello. And all of this on its own isn't really all that bad. It's kind of insulting that they also speak Malay and Indonesian languages as well, to say that the Maori are being brown people from somewhere below the southern hemisphere, just, an indistinguishable bunch of noble savages, which is kind of the overall context for these people in this game. But what makes it truly ugly is the fucking ending and the absolutely magnificent villain who makes no fucking sense when you consider the context of all the things I've just told you.
And that's good because I like expensive things. I'm sorry, what did you say? What did you say? Do you want me to slice you open like I did your friend? Shut the fuck up! Okay? I'm the one with the fucking dick. Look at me. Look me in the fucking eye. Hey! You fuck! Look me in the eye! You're my bitch. I rule this fucking kingdom. Shut the fuck up, or you die.
So, that villain that I just mentioned is Vas Montenegro, who is apparently the brother of Citra. She is the leader of the Rakyat, but Vas is a distinctly Latino man, and a dangerous one at that, a very mercurial...
I said, get the fuck out of here, you chicken fuck! Run, Forrest! Run!
Well-acted villain by one Michael Mando, who really should have got more acting jobs for this character after this. I wish he'd got to play Scorpion in the eventual Spider-Man sequel, but hey. Yes, Vas is a Latino, but he's somehow the brother of Citra, who is clearly a Polynesian woman, and also the object of the male gaze in this game as well by several characters, not just you, but Jason Brody's character, the main character the player inhabits, and what's his name? Dennis. This little fact really doesn't make any sense to me because, well, they're two completely different cultures and they speak completely differently. And Citra is the one who's supposed to have corrupted Vas, who's also a reflection of the player's descent into madness and manhood, which is just this overwrought bullshit, dumb story arc that so many milquetoast motherfuckers on YouTube seem to really like because they think it's great and deep and meaningful because they drank alcohol at university and finally got laid, and somehow that is a meaningful parable for them. Me being an objectionable dick aside, this doesn't make any sense, and it makes even less sense and becomes even uglier when you get to the end of the game. Besides the fact that it gives you a stupid binary choice between saving your friends and leaving the island or killing them and staying with Citra, which is forced in many ways, but if you choose to leave, it's exactly what you expect. Dennis, the other man courting for the affection of Citra, tries to stab Jason for rejecting her love, and she stands in the way of him to protect Jason because he's the ultimate warrior, and she dies. Dennis is sad, and then Jason just leaves with all of his milquetoast friends. And then they leave, and afterwards you get this little monologue about how he's a monster and he's dealing with all of the anger inside of him, but he can still be better. And it's kind of consolatory and weak. But if you side with Citra, something fucked up happens. So when you choose to go with Citra, you kill your girlfriend and all your other friends along with her, and then you wake up inside her, and yeah, you apparently impregnate her because she seems to know instantaneously because reasons, and also she stabs you. She stabs you and kills you and claims that your child will be the ultimate warrior and she doesn't need you anymore.
The ultimate of your kind. And our child will lead the Rakyat.
What the fuck? This is wrong on at least one level. Say that strong Polynesian women only want white man's sperm so that they can create the master race. Who, what does that say about her and Vas? 3, I don't fucking know. And 4, who the fuck thought of this shit? Why is that in any way a satisfying ending or reasonably shocking ending? It's shocking because it's tasteless. What does it say about women? What does it say about God, I can't even say the fucking word. What does it say about indigenous peoples? Like, by this point you can probably tell that I don't actually have a conclusion to this shit, but it's a red flag, people. I don't understand why anyone other than the likes of Anita Sarkeesian have raised issues with this game. Like, okay, yeah, cool. Talking about the male gaze is great and all, but there's a whole bunch of fucking other shit that even a bit of cursory research could have dug out of this game and got them a whole lot more views and a lot more controversy if they bothered to fucking talk about it. But they didn't, because they knew that no one cares, because no one knows anything about Polynesian cultures in America. Which is funny, because I'm pretty sure the highest paid actor in Hollywood is a Polynesian man who's about to play Black Adam. You know, the big Sole himself, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know, you'd think more people would be a little bit more culturally aware of this stuff, seeing how he's so popular, but apparently not. Tell you what, folks, I've just figured out what my conclusion is. I've worked for a long time with people who look like the people in this game, talk like them. They have names like Maka, Kimi, Vale, Sefa, Hama, even Joe, Dave, Bill, any name, because they're people. And using bits and bobs of their culture and mashing it together as if it were all the same kind of undervalues the fact that these people speak hundreds of different languages, come from very different genealogies and histories and cultures, and they value different things. And it feels like it's a statement from the game saying that their lives are cheap enough to be used as some window dressing on some mediocre drama school dropout script about meditating on the notions of male power and what that's supposed to fucking mean in this day and age, especially for video gamers. And all it really produced was an ugly, warped, and really dumb story that appealed to people who know nothing. So yeah, that's me and my shit. Have a good day.